Good evening everyone. I just wanted to pop on quickly and share a little idea for Christmas that can incorporate your own artwork or creations from the year. So I'm using a block from the Roxy Journal of Stitchery, the Christmas edition, and the prompt we had for this block was to incorporate a Christmas bird. I wanted to use a piece of lovely fabric that I had, and then I ended up doing some really intricate embroidery of the pomegranates, the flowers, heaps of embroidery and slow stitch on the bird and the leaves, the berries with little beads. And yeah, just really happy with the block, which I then mounted on some yellow checkered fabric. So I really like this block, and I like the fact that it's not super Christmassy, so it's something that can endure into the new year and not be just associated with one holiday. I'm actually thinking I might even frame this piece up and pop it up in my craft room. So what I did was just took a photo of the stitchery piece, and I just zoomed in. I didn't incorporate the outer section, I just wanted to focus on the embroidered section. And once I had it on my phone, I just cropped it down how I wanted it in the Epson printing software. I've got an Epson Eco Tank, which is what I used to print it out, and so I just got it to the size and the shape that I wanted. And once I printed it out, here it is, so blown up quite a bit. As you can see, the colours are more muted in the print. I just used a standard print function, didn't really use heaps of ink for it, and it's just printed on regular reflex copy paper, so relatively thin, inexpensive, and again, because it's not a permanent product that I'm creating, hopefully it will have use on Christmas Day and then potential use after that as well. And I'm even thinking that once they've served their purpose for this, they might then be able to be incorporated into journals or other works that I'm creating. So I love how in the print, and hopefully you can see it from where the video is filming from, it's got this beautiful weave of the fabric showing through, and all of the stitches are really evident as well. So I really, really like that. So just, yeah, single-sided, and I'm using A3 paper because that fits well with the product that I'm putting it on. So I'll move that to the side. So what I'm doing is using an old cork-backed placemat. I think it was just from Kmart or Target. They've been around the house for a good few years now, so the surface is a bit scratched, got some marks where hot things have been put down on them on the table. Sort of corners are a little bit sort of, yeah, worn away. And being the black and the white, it's probably not the colour scheme that I was thinking of for the Christmas table. We're hoping we'll be sitting outside at our beautiful outdoor table. So yeah, just want to have some placemats to adorn that. So what I have done is used the A3 print to cover the front of the placemat. I've folded it around the placemat. And then I've actually just used some cling wrap, which I think you'll be able to see in shot. Just a premium, it's like a caterer's pack of cling wrap, premium cling film, microwave safe with easy cutter, 33 centimeters across, which is the perfect width to cover the front, but then just have a little bit of leeway on either side, which can be folded over to make a full covering of it, as well as having the cling wrap stretch all the way around the back as well. So the other key things I've used is just some packing tape, as well as I used this at the start just to stick down the paper onto where I folded round the ends. So I'm not going to do the cling wrappy bit on screen. I tried doing it, but I was just getting stuck because I've got a bit of a rectangular frame that sits around where I'm filming, and it was just all too hard. It's hard enough dealing with cling wrap at the best of times, hey? And trying to do it on camera while filming and talking and with something obstructing your movement just was not going to happen. So let me talk you through the process instead. So what I do is I start with my piece of paper, printed paper. I then position the board onto it. I then fold over one end and stick it down with the tape or with that tape, whichever one you want to use, and then make sure that it's lined up along the edges and fold over the other edge, and again stick it down. At that point you'll have both sides stuck down, and then what you want to do is to bring your Glad wrap and cover first of all the front of it. So the way I like to do it is to bring, and just pretend this one doesn't have Glad wrap on it, is to bring it up like this and actually just bring the Glad wrap a little ways over, get it positioned where I want it to be. And at that point, I actually like to tape it down. Once I've got it where I want it to be, and I've got the two edges with a bit of overlap coming out so that you know that it's sort of fully stretched across, I then take a bit of my tape and stick that down. And then I proceed to basically, I'll just take the Glad wrap off because we're not going to double Glad wrap it. With the Glad wrap on it, I then bring it round like that. And it's good to have quite a wide surface, and again why I can't do it with the frame that's here. And then I just make sure that the front is all pushed out, and make sure that each bit has its overlapping bits, and then I bring it around and make sure it's overlapping to the other end, and tape that down so that it's pulling across that way. And then at that point I then make sure that I'm turning and bringing the Glad wrap over on this side, and then I do it on the other side as well, just bringing the bit that's overlapping over and sticking it onto the Glad wrap at the back. And then once I'm happy that it is all smoothed out, and it might take you a little bit of time, I then tape down with the packing tape around it. And then the final step I did, which just seems to help if you get any little bits that are a tiny little bit wrinkly, they're actually pretty much gone on this one, but I just got the hairdryer, didn't put it against it, just above it on the hot setting, and just ran it over, and it just seems to iron out any slightly little, well, not iron it because you're not touching it, but just gets rid of any bits that seem to be slightly crinkly or something. And the idea is not to be perfect about it. You just want to be, in this case, creating a surface that's a bit more resilient if someone spills their drink or drops something on it. The bonus is that it can then just be wiped down and hopefully used over that Christmas New Year period into the new year, up until what point the Glad wrap starts to come off. And then at that point I'm planning to use the beautiful printed design underneath. I'll obviously not lose a little bit at the sides where they've had the sticky tape on, because that won't be removable, but I'll have the rest of the design to use in my journals or cards or other artwork. So yeah, that'll be a fun additional use of them. So there you go, that is the project so far. I have made 4 this evening, all here. So I got, some more to go tonight, but just thought I'd share that idea in case anyone else has something creative that you want to put on the table and share with your family and friends at Christmas. Now this probably will be my last video before Christmas. Actually, while you're here, I had promised to show you the finished product of one of my other journal of stitchery pieces, which I never came back and showed, so probably now is the perfect time to do that. How come whenever I'm finishing a video I always think of something else that I want to tell you about, but there you go. So this was the piece that had the prompt of a snow globe, and so I'd used a serviette in the middle, a Swiss scene with the mountains and the Edelweiss flowers. And then I'd used the outer of a doily and the inner of a doily to make my snow dome frame. I'd put beads sewn onto the doily, sorry, not onto the doily, onto the serviette, and then I've used some tulle underneath, where I then stitched the doily around, so to give the sense of sort of the glass of the snow globe. And then all of that was put on this beautiful doily or little square embroidered and lace work piece. So really happy with the simplicity of that one. and the effect of the snow inside. So thanks for those who've left some lovely comments on that one. Really happy to share my ideas of how to do things and just love seeing what everyone else is creating. So thanks again for watching. Thanks to those who've subscribed. It's just, yeah, really lovely. And thanks to those who've commented. Have a really lovely holiday season and look forward to seeing you in the new year. Bye everyone.